Hi, my name is Matthew Jester. I'm just making a quick video here. This is going to be covering the topic of hypnotic seals and explaining exactly what they are. So, I have a certificate of completion here just showing that I have a level of competency in the field of hypnosis. And we'll go ahead and get started with the introduction. Please watch my video, Hypnosis, Abuse, and Speech Inhibition. I will leave a link in the description. I will also leave additional links in the description of other relevant videos. I've been abused with hypnosis, and my ability to speak is being inhibited with hypnosis, which is why I have to read everything when I make videos. If you notice me stuttering, speaking slowly, being unable to speak clearly, or any other difficulty speaking, I explain how this is being done to me in my video, Hypnosis, Abuse, and Speech Inhibition. These issues speaking have been consistently occurring within the first 3 minutes of my videos. I will also be raising my left index finger whenever the hypnosis is inhibiting my ability to speak, so that I can point out the hypnosis inhibiting my ability to speak without interrupting myself in videos. So please pay attention to my body language when I raise my finger, because you're most likely going to be able to notice the hypnosis. Try not to fixate your attention on my finger during the video, and try to focus on my facial expressions and body language. And we'll go ahead and get started. So to clarify, hypnotic seals are very real hypnotic methods. Even if the concept itself sounds mythical, kind of like a spell or a curse, it is not. In this video, we'll discuss a concept in hypnosis called a hypnotic seal, or even known as a seal. Hypnotic seals are post-hypnotic suggestions or hypnotic commands designed to inhibit, prevent, or interfere with hypnotic inductions and or various aspects of the process of hypnosis. Hypnotic seals are most commonly designed to prevent future hypnotic induction in general or sometimes by specific people. Hypnotic seals are oftentimes used unethically, although can be used for ethical purposes, such as protecting a vulnerable individual. I have involuntarily had an extensively elaborate and relatively discreet hypnotic seal imposed on me in an attempt to prevent me from reversing the abusive and dangerous effects of hypnosis that were forced upon me. I've never found or heard of any incident where a hypnotic seal was not able to be broken, or in other words, a hypnotic seal that completely inhibited the hypnotic process and or induction. Hypnotic seals are not common knowledge, as there is a significant amount of hypnotists and hypnotherapists that have never heard of a hypnotic seal or encountered a hypnotic seal. Although there is a substantial amount of hypnotists and hypnotherapists that are familiar with hypnotic seals used unethically can be absolutely terrifying for victims, including myself, especially with a lack of knowledge or limited knowledge on the subject. I am not aware of any studies conducted regarding hypnotic seals and exactly how much information is currently available regarding hypnotic seals, although I wouldn't be surprised if research and or information is very limited due to seldom occurrences of hypnotic seals and ethical implications that would be involved in research. I am not certain of the reliability and validity of the resource of information I am referencing, although the general concepts seem to be correct and logical, and the detailed information seems accurate and reliable based entirely off my current experience with hypnotic seal used on me. Hypnotic seals can be cued and or triggered by specific words, such as hypnosis, or cued and triggered in the context of specific situations or circumstances, such as when speaking to a hypnotist or whenever hypnosis is being induced. Some examples of the behaviors elicited using hypnotic seals to prevent hypnotic induction include opening eyes, standing up, yelling or shouting, profusely swearing, uncontrollable laughter, uncontrollable crying, aggression, nausea, vomiting, anxiety or panic attacks, sweating, intense itchiness, sensations of hot or cold, and several more. There are multiple tactics hypnotic seals utilize to prevent hypnotic induction, including interrupting the process of hypnotic induction, distracting attention during hypnotic induction, various methods of sabotaging successful hypnotic induction, interrupting trance states, preventing the hypnotist from successfully executing a specific component that comprises a hypnotic induction, and making the hypnotist feel uncomfortable or unsafe, hypnotizing the individual, especially if the hypnotist is unfamiliar with hypnotic seals. A very specific example of a hypnotic seal was instructing the individual to continuously remove an article of clothing each time a hypnotist would proceed with the next step of a hypnotic induction until the hypnotist would stop. There are also a variety of methods and techniques designed to break a hypnotic seal or depotentiate and counteract a hypnotic seal. Some examples of methods used to break a hypnotic seal are indirection, which is inducing hypnosis without informing the individual that hypnosis is being induced, and using indirect terms and language patterns, which work very well when hypnotic seals are triggered by specific words or phrases, because then the seal is never cued during the induction. Regression, which involves guiding the individual back in through time before the seal was ever imposed on the individual and removing the seal. using multiple hypnotists to facilitate the hypnotic induction, and using inductions that focus on the kinesthetic modality, which prevents the individual from being distracted during the induction. By the way, with regression, it's kind of like remembering back then, and then it's basically a form of changing the beliefs in the unconscious mind. So, of course, it's not like a mythical concept where, like you're literally going back in time. It's, actually has scientific backing to it. Because that's how the hypnotic seal is going to basically work. It's, taking it back in time before the hypnotic seal was ever placed. Let's see, in that context, right? So, moving on here. I also have undeniably profound evidence of a very specific hypnotic seal that was used to sabotage and inhibit hypnotic induction in a recording of a hypnotherapy session that I will elaborate in detail in another video that I will make, and I will post a link in the description. Anyways, thanks for watching the video. I hope you learned something useful and hope you have a wonderful night.